G'day guys, Coffee here. Welcome back to another video on Eternal Magic. So today I'm going to be bringing you a very important guide. It's going to be all about the pets. So if you remember, if you played MapleStory 2, pets were extremely important, but for the longest time people weren't aware just how important they are. Well, I don't want to repeat that in this game. I really want to stress to you guys that it's actually worth probably at least 30 to 40% of your overall power. Not only just for offense, but they're extremely useful when it comes to healing and tanking and just the whole game. They're very important. Alright, so before we jump into the guide itself, I want you guys to also be aware that we have done a written guide. It's going to cover all the stuff that we cover in this video today, and that you can find on our Discord. I will put the link for Discord down below. So the primary use for your pets is going to be in your combat. So if you press H, you can open up the collections tab. There is 3 types. There's the Cryptokid, there's the rare, and then there's the standard. So this is that type there. They are the more powerful versions of the other pets. Then we have a rare type. He looks pretty badass. And then we have the standard pet. So you will only get the standard pets when it comes to the beginning of the game, and it will take you some time in order to get the other pets. They've also got the 3 different types. There's the mage, which is here. If I click on him, they basically do different spells from a distance. They are, very powerful. They've got lots of AoEs, and they're quite good when it comes to healing. We have our standard warrior type. They've got physical attack. They're going to be, increasing your crit damage and your crit chance, stuff like that. And then we have the tanks. I don't see a lot of people using the tanks because a lot of the enemies in the game do die pretty quickly, but some of the skills are actually pretty useful. Next, we have the expeditions for the pets. So this person right here, Moru, if you click on the pet researcher, it's going to bring up this interface. Okay, so there's 4 different types of expeditions that you can send your pets on, but warning, if you see here, this bag here, Trip for Mercenaries Reward, this actually shares the same daily limited amount that you can do with your actual events. So if you have a look up here really quick, and then you go to Mercenary Quest, you can see here it says today 0 out of 7. Well, that completing this quest will make that go up depending on how many bags you get. But it's okay because in a way it's useful. If you complete 6 of these as an example, then you send away the couple of mercenary quests. When they're finished, the following day you will just be mailed it, so it will save you time for tomorrow. Okay, so that also happens with the old treasure map. Same deal, shared quests. And then we have the pet experience. So pet experience, not overly useful, but it will be for when it comes to your lower levels. You just basically send a pet in and it will just level it up for you. And then we have here the challenge myths. So you have a chance of getting a random trophy. You can get this by increasing your success chance over 100%. Well, how do you do that? If you place the pet into the slot here, you can see on my left, I've got the shield, I've got the little mage symbol here. You've got to basically match them up with this symbol in the middle. So I haven't got any of the pets on this character. The reason I'm on this character is to show you this is because I've got this mutant pet, which is what I want to explain to you guys in a minute. Basically, you just got to get them to line up, and the higher level of your pet, the better quality of your pet, as in the stars, which we'll go over in a second, the higher the success chance will be. So you can go over 100% by placing this item here, as an example. So that increased it by 50%. Now, if this pet was actually going to give me, so that's 93%, or that's with the thing. But if that was going to give me, say, 80% on its own, and then I use this, it would go up to 130, and then I've got a 30% chance in order to get a rare piece of equipment that would be useful for my pets. That pretty much covers it for expeditions. It's not overly complicated, but it is something that you need to do every day. There is the limitation of the Explorer coupons. So that is this one here. You'll get those from the Patrol Quest, Treasure Hunts, and the Pet Cracks. Pet Cracks is something that I will talk about a little bit later in the video. So let's have a look at the pet qualities and how that affects the game. Okay, so press this person here, Lexina, upgrade pet qualities. And then we can see here, I've just got my 4 basic pets here. If you press on the Otter, for example, he wants me to provide just the single one like this. If you press the single one, it will use a single fragment. It'll give you 10 points. If you do 1 click, it will use all the fragments that you've got. Each fragment is worth 10 points. And you can also buy these fragments at the auction house, which I'll show you guys in a minute. To show you the difference in stats when it comes to leveling up, if your pet is a higher level, actual base pet level, then the difference in upgrading is really, really high. The difference in quality of the pet is also depending of the characteristics, and also the type of pet, whether it's a normal or mutant. So I know that's a lot to digest, but we're going to be going over all of that stuff. So first of all, this person here, Mooney, you will get her while you're leveling up from the entire story quest. You'll actually get enough fragments by completing those quests in order to get it to level 5. I didn't though, because I've just skipped a couple of quests. Now, to give you a quick breakdown of how many fragments you need for the other pets, in case you don't actually note that down, the level 2 is 19 fragments, level 3, 69 fragments, level 4, 215, and level 5, 541. So that probably doesn't mean anything to you, but I'll quickly break it down for you. That is 900, roughly 1,000 fragments that you need in order to get a regular pet that you need to upgrade, that you want to get all the way to level 5. So you don't get pet fragments all the time. So in case you want to buy it, buy the fragments from the auction house over time, each pet has a different value. To give you an example, this boar here is worth about 3,000 gold. So doing the basic maths, it's going to be about 3 million gold in order to get it to a high 3 million silver to a higher quality type, so level 5. Doing all your dailies and stuff, that will take you approximate 3.5 days in order to get that silver. Alright, so you can see that there's a huge gap when it comes to increasing for the stats, so it's definitely worth making sure you actually do this. Okay, so now this leads us into the mutant pets. And at first, you're going to be a little bit confused on this, and how do you get mutant pets? Because there's really not much information out there, and I had to actually go and waste a lot of my silver and stuff to test these and prove that what people had written previously is actually accurate. So I could prove 3 out of 4 different ways that you can get a mutant pet. First of all, the most the easiest way that I found to get a mutant pet is to continue to make the same pet over and over. So if you speak to the pet master Lexi, and then you go see reset, nope, not that one, letting pets go, and then you let a pet go, for example this one here, even though I spent 15k silver on it, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reset this one because I want to explain that. So you can see here I get 10 fragments back for the otter. Yes, I will let you go, and she's gone ahead and given me 10 back. And now in this case, instead of going to buy more, I'll just use my chicken here. I would just use 15 fragments in order to make a new pet. And then I would go ahead and check my pets. So I've just got the standard, the normal parrot. So there's a small chance every time you actually make a pet that it's going to be a mutant. Very small chance. Oh, not that small. I did like 20 attempts, 15 attempts, somewhere in that range, and I got 2. So it wasn't too bad. Now, the next thing that you need to know when it comes to pets is that you can, when you make a pet, the stats down here will change. And it's just RNG based. There's no way that you can get max stats like this. Mooney will automatically start with that. Usually the game is pretty generous when it comes to the stats, but the goal is that you want a mutant one here with potentially high stats in order to begin with, and then also extra moves. So before I go into that stuff too much, I want to come back here and just explain a bit more about the mutant stuff. So we know how to potentially make a mutant in one way. The other way is by pressing the reset function up the top here. So it uses a resurrection stone to reset skills and features. It doesn't actually say it, but there is a small chance when you reset it that you're going to be given a mutant pet. So how many have I got on here? I don't actually know. I can't see them. I don't have any on me. Let me see. So I've just got myself some more resurrection stones. You do get a fair few of them. I've got 20 of them. You would not want to waste them like I am on the silly pet. You would want to use them on a pet that you intend to use a lot in order to try and get a mutant pet or higher stats. I'll explain in a minute how you can identify what pets are actually good for your character. Alright, so let's see if I can actually get myself a mutant pet on video and show you guys. So you can see here that my stats are changing each time I do it, and you also get different abilities. There is a small chance also to get the 3 abilities instead of the 2 or the even 1. Standard. let's just keep going through them. You can, okay, see, I just got 3 abilities. They're all basic, and I'll explain the difference between basic and advanced in a minute as well, and how you actually get those guys. Let's have a look at this shop really quick. So these are only worth 8 Elise each, so you can do it. I'm not recommending it, I'm not condoning it, but it's just an option. Keep pressing reset. Oh, come on, give me a rare. There we go, I got it. Look at that. Mutation Pet. So that's another way, and I've just proven it to you guys that it is possible. So that's 2 ways. The third way that I can guarantee, confirm that you guys can get a mutant pet is by speaking to the Sinifia Bell over here. So if you go to Pet's Wish, and then you have a look down at the bottom here, we need Stone of Prayer. So it says, once you have enough wish points, you will get 5 mutational pet skills when making the next wish. So all the pictures and stuff that I've seen and what people have said, you need to use 5 of these, and whatever pet that you're doing it on will guaranteed turn it into a mutant pet. But it won't have all the abilities, and when it comes to the attributes and stuff like that, you need to have, potentially, you would prefer to have a mutant with high stats to begin with. That's what the goal is, and then, you know, you will get the books and stuff like that that you want on that pet. So you get a rare pet, a pet that is, you know, a higher value from, you know, luck of the draw, if you just get it from the treasure map or whatever it may be, and fingers crossed that it's actually got some high characteristics here. You don't want to reset it at that point. You just want to come and use these Stone of Prayers. And now I believe, get these in here. You can get them from Stone, 60 each though, and that's on special. And this is in the Russian version, by the way, guys. I'm playing the Russian so we can really be prepared for when OBT happens, which is, we've just got the news, 23rd. So if you're watching this in the future, hello back there. Welcome to the game. It's been really good. Anyway, moving on. So if you don't buy from here, you can get them from, not that again, you can get them from the heroic instance over here. As you can see, heroic conquest treasure, you can see the little symbol down the bottom there, that you get them from that. I can't actually read it. So 7, you get 7 of them by completing this per week. So it's slow progress, but it's possible. All right. Then we have the pet breakthrough. There's not really any information when it comes to this. I can't get it anywhere, and the CBT information is just not quite accurate. But as far as I understand, is that it says here Mythical Beast Breakthrough can help you gain an extra random skill, but look at the cost. 750. That's crazy. Yeah, so we're not really going to be covering that, guys, because it's not in the game, but it's also extremely expensive. So we're going to come back to this chick over here, to Lexina. We'll have a quick look at the reset the pet equipment. Basically, you can just reset the equipment here, and you're supposed to give you extra stats, but I have no idea what goes in there, to be honest. I'll put it out there. I've got no idea. I've tried like 1,000 combinations. If you do know what goes in here to go in this slot to give me results, by all means, please tell me in the comments, because I want to know. Then we've already gone over letting the pets go. Okay, so now we've covered the expedition, we've covered the mutants, and we've covered the prayer potions, the prayer orbs. Sorry, words, can't speak. Now there's one more that I want to talk about really quickly. This is going back to the shop again. You can go ahead and you can buy this hot spring entry ticket. There's apparently a rare chance that you can get these mutation sphere, which will turn any pet into a mutant instantly with that. That's the only way I know of in order to get this item. I haven't got an image to show you guys, unfortunately. Just rumors that I've heard, so it's unconfirmed. But there's definitely 3 ways that you can do it. Okay, so next I'm going to be covering the abilities, how you get them, and what abilities your pet can actually get. So this is the first step that you should be doing before you identify the type of pet and before you invest in making mutant pets and all the rest of it. By pressing H, you can have a look at the different pets here, and you want to have a look at their abilities and see which abilities work well with your character. Now, I'm not sure if I'm able to get, I can't find any kind of list anywhere suggesting that I can have the other abilities on the other abilities that are not on this list here on this pet. Now, I've attempted to buy books and try them on different pets, and I've never had any luck. So I can only assume you can only have the 4 basic skills plus a 5th random one based on RNG and this list here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be covering. I'm going to explain how you get these different abilities and how you can get your 5th one. So I know you can get the 5th ability if you go ahead back to Pet's Wish and you spend 150, then you're guaranteed to get the 5th slot open and have 5 abilities on your pet. So what you want to do though is you want to have a look at the pets and find out what abilities are gonna work really well with your character. If you're a mage, you may want to use a tank. I'm not really sure what you would prefer. If you're a warrior, you may want to have a mage because a mage can do damage from the distance as well as it can heal you. It's got a whole range of different functions. So you need to actually go and have a look at what they do. So one of the this pet here is one of the very pricey pets when it comes to Russian. Its price was in flux. It increased quite a lot. To give you an idea, it was like 7k when it first came out, and then it's like 17k where a lot of other pets are free 4k. And there's a reason for that, and I'll explain this one why this pet's so important. If you have a look at basic barbarity, each attack deals 1 level of barbarity for 10 seconds, each level plus 8% attack strength for max level 5. So that's obviously quite strong, yeah? But then you've also got the basic fury. Each attack level 1 for rage 9 seconds, each level plus 4% critical damage rate. Also very important. So this would obviously go on somebody like the Spellblade or the Warrior or the Warrior or the Assassin as an example. So it's very useful because the 4 basic skills it has works extremely well with certain classes. So once you've gone ahead and you've identified what pet you want, okay, the normal type of rare pets, you can get those in the auction house. So the auction house is player-based, but it's game controlled. We can change our prices and stuff based on what we want, but you need to wait for it to refresh and get certain orders come through, because I can go through here and buy them all out as an example, but there won't be any more until this refreshes here unless I spend gold, and then it will bring out more players. Anyway, different guide. So you would go through here and you would buy up all the fragments that you can for your pet that you actually wanted, and then you would try and get the mutant one to begin with and hopefully high characteristics. If we have a look here, full fragment 14k, that's substantially higher than some of these other pets here. So there's a hint, guys, that one's good. You need to, after you've done that and you've identified what pet you actually want for late game that's going to be for your character, you need to go ahead and buy the basic books and the advanced books. So if you press V, it's going to open up the mall. I wasn't aware of this mall at first, and I was just making all kinds of mistakes. So you want to sell all the items that aren't going to be useful for you, like the relics and stuff that are just not good for your class. That's going to give you gold back. Usually 1 or 2k, depending on what the item is itself. Let's see if I've got any here. Not that I can see. I've got this here. Right, so to give you an idea, you just press V, go ahead and sell all those. So that's going to give me 1200 gold. These are obviously important items, but you're going to get a range of different items that are just not that good for you. And instead of throwing them away, make sure you sell them on the mall, because gold currency is very important too. Okay, so we have the initial books, initial spell skill books, and we have the excellent excellent pet skill book. Okay, so if you press Shift C, we're going to go and we're going to see my 2 mutant, or my normal boar and my mutant boar. As you can see, this normal boar here did not have this advanced blood rain ability on it. I actually put that on there for the written guide that I've done, and that cost me 15,500 gold. So each standard attack deals 6% equal to 6% of maximum health. This one here, basic blood rain, is only 4% of maximum health. So there's a 2% increase. So you would only have the excellent spell books on the best of your best pets, because the price fluctuation is crazy high. Now this is where it starts getting tricky and really RNG based, and I really dislike this because my RNG is terrible. So you need to, this is stamina book as an example. Here it is 2,000, and this one here is 15,700 right now. So this price will go up and down depending on who's buying what. What I suggest is that you just go ahead and you use the standard ones, and you get the 4 abilities that you actually want on your pet. If you buy, if I buy this blood rain, or I buy any book here that can be put onto my boar, it does not necessarily mean that I'm actually going to get that ability. Because when you replace the book, when you use a book, you've got a chance to replace a skill rather than add in the skill. So it's actually, it's quite expensive, guys. To get, in my estimations here, is for 4 advanced books, based on my RNG so far, it would cost you between 150,000 gold and 200,000 gold to get 1 pet for 4 advanced skills. Now their books are at 15k a pop. This is why I recommend that you just use the initial pet skill books for the time being until you get a large amount of gold spare and you can go ahead and do it. Because the initial pet skill book is only going to be 25,000 to 30,000 gold. It's a big difference, huge difference. But the difference in the actual abilities, well, they're worth it, but are they worth the extra 120,000 gold? Not really, in my opinion. So yeah, make sure that you pray to the RNG gods. Okay, so that stuff's out of the way. Hopefully you guys grasp exactly how the abilities work and how important they are. They're so important, guys. The next thing that I want to quickly talk about is the gear. So this is pretty obvious, but we'll cover it anyway. You have 4 different slots that you can actually equip into your pets. So we have the armor, we have the collar, we have the pendant, and we have the soul pact. So you'll get different pieces of armor and gear just by doing stories, events. You'll find that you're getting them all the time, but the quality of them will be usually quite low. So they'll be like a green quality, and it's just not that useful. So when it comes to applying certain gear to certain pets, just make sure that the stats are appropriate, because you can put a physical piece of gear on your mage, and you may not think about it at first, and you're like, it won't make that much of a difference, but it really does. So it's very important that you make sure you have the correct stats for the gear. So how do you get this gear to begin with? Okay, so there's so many ways, like the treasure maps. Have I got any here? No, I don't. So in your event page, you will have the mercenary quest and the treasure map quest here. Make sure you do this every day, guys. Very important. Okay, you need to do it. Treasure map quest. You can get the treasure map, and on that treasure map will basically spin a roll, and then you're going to get a random item. Sometimes you get extremely good items like an excellent spell book, and that's going to sell for 15k. But also sometimes you'll get yourself gear. You can get gear from the pet rifts, which I will quickly go there right now. Okay, so for the life of me, I cannot actually find a pet rift right now. So how do pet rifts occur? Well, this probably won't happen in OBT right now, when it's first released, but it will be released shortly after. It's basically, it's something that happens when somebody opens a treasure map and lands on a certain part. A rift will be torn into the world, and you've got to go there and you've got to defeat 20 monsters a day, and you have the roulette that will continue to go around, and you could potentially get some good items from there. Mainly you will get fruit that will be able to allow you to buy decorations for your house, like furniture and stuff like that, but you will also get yourself a lot of equipment for your pets. So I do actually have another video that is all about the pet rifts, so if you are interested in those, make sure you check that stuff out. I can't show you guys a full guide on pets and the locations to find them on video. It's just not possible, but I do have the coordinates of all the different masters that you can verse with your pets, and the rewards that they give and all that stuff, all on Discord. So if you want that information, make sure you guys come and check us out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out our other videos. You can support the channel by showing the love and commenting below and checking out those we are affiliated with. You can also get access to all our different social medias, which I'll link down below. Until next time, Coffee out.